Hi Q3 and Q4, I hope you've had a really great Easter break from our schoolwork. But now we're back to work, so usually we'd be going back to school and we miss seeing you so much. So hopefully we'll see some pictures and see some lovely work that you're doing over the next few weeks. Today's music lesson is all about a word that we've not looked at before. You might know it, it's called pitch. So we're not talking about dynamics, getting louder and softer, and we're not talking about that funny word, timbre. No, not today. We're not talking about pulse or how fast or slow something is. Today we're talking about pitch. And pitch is about how high or how low something goes. So you might notice that here at the piano I have drawn myself a ladder. Can you see that? A ladder. And on my ladder there is 8 sections. I've done 8 sections because in a scale, in some music, and I'll play that for you in a moment, you have 8 notes and we call that an octave. Do you know the word octagon, the shape, has 8 sides, and an octopus has 8 legs, 8. So our octave is our ladder today. So I'm going to play for you on my piano an octave scale, so that's 8 notes, you'll hear them. 8 notes. So this is our little song that we're going to learn, and it's really singing a scale, and you'll be able to sing that with me in a moment. Here's my first note. Can you hear that? That's the first note. And this is the words that we're going to use. I am climbing up the down again. In fact, I'm going to do that with my octopus so that you can remember octave, which is 8 notes going in a row. So here's my octopus climbing up my ladder. I am climbing up my ladder, now I'm climbing down again. Do you see that? What we're actually going to do is we're going to make our own ladders. You're going to need a ladder for the next few weeks of our music lessons. So I'm going to quickly show you how to draw a ladder that looks a bit like this. You will just need 1 sheet of paper. I used printer paper and that was perfect size for me. If you've got something bigger, then of course you can use that. Smaller, you'll have to do smaller steps on your ladder. So go and grab a piece of paper, pause the video, and I'll show you how to make it. Okay, we are ready to draw our ladders. So, I have managed to find in my house a long ruler. That's quite useful, but if you don't have a long ruler, then a small one would be fine, or you could find something long and that's straight that you could use. So, draw yourself a really long line going up the paper. I've got my paper portrait, that's what we call that when it's that way. If it's that way, it's landscape, but this is portrait, because it would be if someone had their face like a portrait. Anyway, so that's beside the point. Here is my first part of my ladder. Here is my second part of my ladder. All the way down to the bottom. Remember, I'm going quite low because I've got to fit 8 steps onto the ladder. So my first rung of the ladder, the first step, I'm going to put quite close to the bottom because I know I've got to fit 8 all the way up there. Can you see that? Now it's useful with a ruler because I want them to be even steps for Mr. Octopus to be climbing up. I'm going to go at the top of my ruler, so there's the bottom one, first step, and now here at the top of the ruler I've done my second step, and it's useful because I can pick up my ruler and now I'm going to sit that on step number 2, and now I can put in step number 3, and now I can pick up my ruler, put that on step number 3, and now I can put step number 4. You can take as much time as you need to do this. Sometimes it's quite tricky to use a ruler. It's a good skill to have. We use it a lot in maths if we're measuring things and if we're drawing things. I've lost count of how many I'm going up to. Let me have a count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 to go. 7. Last step. There, I can fit that on, no problem at all. Number 8 for Mr. Octopus to stand on the top when he's singing at the highest pitch, really high, or really low, right down at the bottom. So hopefully now you've drawn a ladder as well. I did actually make my sides a bit thicker. I went over them with my pen, and I even put some grass along the bottom because I thought it just looked a bit boring. You could do some sort of picture, you could put sunshine, make it look pretty, and we will be ready for the rest of our music lesson. Okay, so now you have got your own ladder. Might not look quite like mine, but you've got a ladder all the same. So we're going to sing that song again, and this time you can point to your own steps as we sing. Here we go. That's our note. Mr. Octopus, would you like to do the steps? Yes, please. Here we go. I am climbing up the